I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? Civium here. Welcome back to another day of 6 o'clock content. If my calculations and memory serve me correctly, we should have some sort of premium upgrade player today from the French League. I've got marquee matchups packs to open as well. Not that I'm expecting anything good, but I did pack a mammoth Team of the Season on Road to Glory earlier. If you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. And it was from a pretty bad pack as well, so you never know. Let's get into it then and find out what we've got. It is a Cyprien. Is this the... Is it a premium, though? Because that's there for 2 days. Please tell me that's part one of... There we go. So we have been given a Cyprien. Very interesting choice of player. Not that I'm saying he doesn't deserve to be there, although he did get injured halfway through the halfway point of the season, if that makes sense. But the other interesting point to that is he has a League SBC card. EA are hell-bent on using the same players over and over again. What have we got besides that? We'll look at the requirements in a minute. That's it. So no new pack today. Of course, we had that yesterday. I might complete that and add it onto the marquee matchups. I don't know if a lot of people who watch these videos want to see the packs. Are you interested in actually me completing things like marquee matchups and this Champions League SBC and me opening the packs, or do you just want to hear my opinions on whether I think Cyprien is worth it or not, etc.? Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to read it, because if you're not interested, then I just won't do them. But this is the first one. Now, even though I do like the concept of this is a not so good version of the card, and then this is a much better version of the card, it would be better if the not so good version was much better than this, and then the even better one was like astronomically good. So in the case of Cyprien, instead of this being an 88, because I think the League SBC is 87, so instead of this being an 88, what I would like to see is if this was a 90, maybe even a 91 rated card that has a bit of a price to it, you know, but then the premium version is like a 95, 96 rated end game card, because I have a bad feeling that the 91 premium version isn't actually going to be end game. There are going to be cards already on the market better than that SBC. Whereas with certain players, Coutinho, for example, he has a SBC that doesn't expire. That card is end game in every sense of the word. He is going to be a phenomenal card for the rest of the game. But, you know, I'll reserve judgment for just a second, because this, I would imagine, is just going to be one of those slightly better than the League SBC, and it is. I mean, it's not a bad card. There are better cards out there. 88 rated overall, very well rounded. With a particular chem star, you can get a very, very good box-to-box out of this, which is nice. However, you need... I mean, 83, surely. 85 at an inform. I don't know why I thought 83. I just thought, well... I mean, if you look at it from the point of view of if you complete the League 1, League 1 SBC, League SBC, just to get that 87 Cyprien, you are spending well above 100,000 coins to get that card. You do get packs back, sure. So I suppose that's the logic behind an 85 in a Team of the Week or Team of the Season. But I was kind of expecting, well, there are Team of the Season cards out there that are like 60, 70k that are probably as good as, if not better than that Cyprien. Why not just give it away if you're going to do it that way? But, you know, who am I? This version then, 3 requirements. I mean, that is a much better card. Much better card. Far more well-rounded. Far more well-rounded? I don't know. Just, it's been pushed up, right? So 4-star, 3-star remains. Medium remains. He hasn't got taller. So, I mean, decent in front of goal. Very good passing. Dribbling and all the rest of it across the board is brilliant. If you want to use him as a CDM, you probably could. I would like to know his body type. Kind of hoping it's not lean if you're going to use him as a CDM. His physicals are mental. It's a great card. The only concern I have is really, is it as good as other Team of the Season cards that you can go and pick up? The likes of Awa and things like that. I'm not sure where this is going to come in price-wise. If they are pricing the 88, which I think is an okay card, but not up to standard of where the Team of the Season cards are, if they value that as an 85, then this has to be quite expensive, right? 84, 86, 86 with some pretty bad packs back in return. At least they're tradable, though. We're going in the right direction there. At least they're tradable. I don't know. I would be interested to know the price, because it's obviously difficult to... it's going to be difficult to judge it if I don't know how much it is. Like 86, there's only so much you can read into it. So, right, this may alter. Obviously, the Lucas price yesterday, that did differ. It went from $1 million to, it's just shy of $1 million now. The bog standard Cyprien, the 88 rated, is currently coming in at 150,000 coins. Not worth it. Don't do it. Stay away from it. The premium version is around 260, 270. I mean, that is a banging card. Sure. I kind of think it's worth it. I mean, can you get a better card at the moment than that for that money? And I'm only talking French league. I don't care about any other league, because if you want this, you want it to fit into a French-minded team or a team surrounded by icons. So what I'm interested now is if there are there any cards that are similar to this from the French League Team of the Season? Aouar is the one that jumps out, 420,000 coins, which makes this banging value. Verratti, Verratti's 95k, but Verratti's a bit of is a different one, right? Because Verratti is very well rounded, and in fact, Verratti on paper is better, but because of his height and his body type compared to Cyprien, Cyprien's going to be a better card. So ignore that comparison. But I don't know. I mean, Savanier is another 120k. He's very well rounded. In fact, Savanier is, apart from the physical, he's better than him nearly everywhere, and he's only 120k. I'm gonna stamp this as about right. That's not a terrible price. It could be cheaper. Don't get me wrong. It could be, and I don't think anyone would bat an eyelid if it was cheaper. But I think that's okay. I mean, is it an end game card? You'd think so to a degree, but then you don't know what's going to happen after Team of the Season. They could go and release crazy cards that are all 95 rated or whatever. They probably won't, but they could, right? So who knows? I think if he fits your team, that's not terrible value at all. I think that's pretty decent. Because if he was on the market, let's be honest, he'd be more than 250k. So, but you do have to weigh up it's untradeable. If something better does come along, you're now stuck with an untradeable card. I know that firsthand because I'm stuck in the same situation with Flashback Axel Witsel. I completed that card, and he doesn't fit in my team anymore. He's a great card, and he deserves to be in the team, but he doesn't fit chemistry-wise. So he's literally sat in the reserves, and he never gets played. And because he's untradeable, I can't do anything with him. So I've spent what it was to get him, I think cheaper than Cyprien, incidentally, but I'm now stuck with him. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a big topic of discussion there with regards to SBCs, and people think, well, if he was on the market, he'd be 400k. So him being 250k, I think, is actually bang on then. If he was 400k on the market, tradable, 250k as an SBC is great value, because you're getting a couple of packs back, but you're also saying, well, I'll take 150k discount because I'll never want to sell him or be able to sell him. I think if you say Lucas, for example, his SBC is 1 million coins, but he'd be 1 million on the market, I don't think that's fair. I think he needed to be somewhere along the lines of 600 to 700k as an SBC, 1 million coins on the market, maybe even less as an SBC. That's what I was saying yesterday. I can understand why some would want to do it, but on the other hand, I can understand why you wouldn't be happy with it, because obviously you'd want it as a massive discount to what it would be on the market, because you are stuck with that card for the rest of the game. Banging card, don't get me wrong, but if you ever want to change your mind, tough, you know? So I think there's a video in that, and I think we may drop that tomorrow. Maybe if I'm, I don't know. Yeah, I think I will drop that video tomorrow. Let me just get through these packs and we'll call it a day. Apparently, I've got some items to deal with. I'm gonna have to discard these. If I want to recover them, I will. I don't know why I didn't use them to craft these. I did in my mind think I'll do that, and I just didn't do it. So. Let's hope. We get a board in the first one. It's going to lag like hell to open. It's not a team of the season, so it's not going to disappoint us with the animation. The whole lagging thing. It's Vincent Company, of course it is. These are tradable, though, so we can keep them. He's worth a fair bit, to be fair. Fair bit, to be fair. Okay. Maybe we can get, I don't know, 1-7 for him or something along those lines. Put the rest in the club. Not bad. Like I said, I packed a banging team of the season earlier from a pack that I think only had 2 rares in it. Maybe 3 at a push. So you never know. It's back-to-back boards. It's not a team of the season. You know, when you see boards, you just... I don't know what it is. I just expect to see blue. We get Socrates in. They're not bad. A couple of League SBC cards that could sell. No duplicates, which is lovely. Let's do the 25k. I opened the 25k and the 45k earlier. Didn't get a board out of either of them. So, yeah, see, we're not going to get a board from the 25. I hate 25k packs this year. Don't know what they are. I don't know what it is, rather. I know what they are. I don't know what it is. I do get a rare French League card, though. I'll take that, because that is going to be handy when they release those upgrades tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Hopefully it's tomorrow. Hopefully they're good upgrades as well. Let's do the Prime Electrum. I want a board from at least one of these. It's not going to be this one. Well, we don't often do it, but can we end on a board? Let me know what you think of both Cypriens, whether you like one or the other. That's a banging pack in terms of value, though, because every single one of those cards has a purpose. He's rare, so we'll keep him. He's not really worth much, so we'll just list him up for the bare minimum. Same with him, really. And there we go. Yeah, let me know what you think of both of the Cypriens. Like I said, I think you should stay away from the base version, if you will, the 88, because who cares about that? If you're gonna do one, do the premium. I think it's decent value. I won't lie to you. I think if it was on the market, it would be about 350, 400k, because he's very, very desirable as a card. I mean, I say he would be 400. Would he? I don't know. But if I'm looking at like Awar, for example, who's 94 rated. Sanchez, who's 94 rated. Sanchez is nearly 700,000 coins. Well, actually, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at. Let me look at PlayStation. I'm looking at Xbox. So, not Xbox, PC. So Sanchez is 615,000. Awar is 338. So maybe he would be 300k then. Maybe 400k was a stretch. So if he was going for 300k and you can get that SBC for 250 with packs. I think it needs to be slightly cheaper to coincide with the tradable market, but I think it's a good card, and I think it's a card you'll have in your team for more or less the end of the game. If you're the type of person who doesn't know whether to do it or not because you don't think that they're going to get into your team is probably good enough that you don't need that card, and maybe you need one of the tradable, maybe you need Awar, maybe even Sanchez for that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean... I think it's a good card, and I think it could be a little bit cheaper, but I don't think it's too bad at all. Prime Gold Players Pack. Let's end on Awar. Come on now. It's a board. Big flares, no walkout. No, I wasn't expecting it or anything. It's a Kanji. I mean, when was the last time we packed him? He is a rare board. Never pack a Kanji. Some decent cards in there as well. Some useful rares and 83 and whatnot. We get another rare to go into the upgrades later on in the week, and these cards that will sell for 500-600 coins. Maybe him not so much, but yeah, don't mind that, to be honest. I mean, he does actually fit my Road to Glory team. Probably not going to do it because I would rather wait for Awar and then maybe potentially get Sanchez in some sort of upgrade. But then, you know, after the upgrades are all said and done, if you haven't got who you wanted, Cyprien is not a bad player to be able to grind towards. Just chuck in your untradables and whatnot. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.